Bear.
There it is.
Okay, let me talk to these people for a second. If anybody comes out here. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is Black Spring with Autumn on your Sunday, May 3rd. And my guest is here, and there's a 10-second delay. I just saw that. And there's absolutely 10 seconds because right at 10 we came in. So it's going to start 10 seconds from, that's good to know. 10 seconds from when I hit the live button is when the action happens. Now I don't know how the audio is coming back. How you doing, DJ?
Man, you got some dedicated followers, Autumn.
Hang in there, guys. This is Testaverde time.
I mean, you got some folks that are like, they're just like watching your channel, aren't they?
I'm trying. I appreciate them for being there. Hold on a minute, guys. I'm testing again. I got all kinds of things going on. Figuring out some stuff. Just figuring out the sources. Old school. Shout out to you. Okay, so are you guys hearing any echoing? Testing 1, 2, 3. This is Black Spring with Autumn with Mr. T. Mr. T, can you please tell us how's the weather in your area?
I pity the fools that say it's not hot in Alabama. What it was today. It felt like the first day of summer down here.
Wait a minute. I don't see. I think the screen went black. Oh, I hit something and made it go black. So I hit one of the keys. So if you guys could just give me a thumbs up if it's working. It says no echo. Is it smooth? Can you hear two different lines? It's just a delay right here. We'll be back on screen in a second. That delay in the screen is bizarre.
You know you're not going to be able to, well, you're not going to be able to do anything about the amount of time it takes you to say something, record it, and then stream live. So don't worry about that. You know, we'll just keep trucking on.
Okay.
But I'm glad the delay isn't there. It looks like we fixed it because that second NDI source
is gone.
Is muted. So
let's make sure I do that.
There's no delay.
Yeah, well the video is gonna lag. So I don't know if I care if the video lags, but the audio. Old school. I'll give out gifts, give out good good coupons. I can hear and see you, no echo. Talk some more, please, Mr. T from Alabama. Mr. T from Alabama, tell us about summer school.
Summer school, it's non-existent right now.
School in the summertime, right? No class. We're like school in the summertime.
There's no school. Corona has shut down all summer school.
Where's Bo?
I'm not sure. I only know what a couple other states are doing, but for the most part here, if you're a senior in high school and you are in good standing, essentially, if you have a C or higher, you graduated. Congratulations, here's your diploma. We will mail it to you. Don't come looking for it. And, kindergarten through 8th grade is not receiving actual grades. They're just basically getting complete or incomplete, and nothing is punitive.
Mm-hmm.
Only 9th through 12th grade is getting graded. But like I said, it's almost like no matter what you do, you're going to get passed up. So, and there's a lot of stuff I kind of understand about that during this time. I mean, particularly I think, if you're a kindergarten through 3rd grade right now and you're trying to do online learning, man, as a parent, that's tough. That's really tough.
Say so. Okay.
I mean, if you got a middle schooler or high schooler, they should be proficient enough, depending on their own experience and, of course, your own area. We've also had a lot of terrible weather down here in the South. I mean, Easter Sunday, we had tornadoes that tore up a good part of Northeast Mississippi, the northern part of Alabama, all the way through Chattanooga into the Carolinas. So there are still people in Chattanooga without power. I know because my sister's one of them, and she's down here with me right now. So we're all we're all just hanging in there, basically. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's safe. Our state recently started to reopen up this past weekend, so some businesses opened back up, and we're starting to see some life. But here in Tuscaloosa, it's almost like the quarantine never really happened. I mean, I was still able to go to any and every store. I mean, with a couple precautions, of course, but nothing really stopped except the ability to get a haircut.
But you managed that. You salvaged that.
Well, I had a friend who happened to have a pair of clippers. So, and I was about to buy some myself. I was about to just get a straight razor and just go to town. I'll do without hair. I'm fine with that.
And I don't know. So, are you guys recovering? You're recovering from the storms. Still, a few trees still down, or you're done picking up the pieces.
North of here, north of Tuscaloosa, there's still some folks that are hurting.
Good. That's good to know. So where's Bo?
Well, he's doing what all old beagles and bassets do. They sit behind their owner and become a tripping hazard. I mean, that's what he does. He finds out the path that you're going to walk, and that's where he takes his nap.
He's pretty good at that.
He's there because he constantly breaks wind. So.
Shout out to you, Cheryl Vlog. Shout out to you. And shout out to Mr. T. Shout out to DJ Vision Barnett. Shout out to Cooking Inmo. Shout out to Chrysler Imperial H. Shout out to Old School Wolf. If you guys could hit that like button, just to let me know you were here. If you're driving by in your car, if you can hit it, but you got to pull over first. Pull over next to the road and hit the like button.
You're watching Black Spring with Autumn while driving your car.
But some people do things like that. They're doing all kinds. Somebody's watching or somebody's playing it in the back. Some people are playing it in the like a podcast. If you're listening to Black Spring with Autumn, those are the people. They're at the gas station or they're getting ice cream on the way home. So final shout outs, guys, on the audio. No echo, no feedback. If you hear an echo, please hit 2. If you don't hear an echo, hit 1. 1 is the most desirable number. Not 2. Battery addiction. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Final shout out, guys, on the audio. I hear your feedback. What did you turn on?
I unmuted your YouTube feed.
You unmuted it. But I'm wondering if D Live, maybe that's what the problem was on D Live. That I had too many sources picking up. Maybe I should try it on D Live. Battery addiction says 1. No echo. Mr. Furlow, please tell him again. Tell him what instruments you play or what.
I'm really a bass player that happens to know a few tricks on guitar. That's really about it. And if it wasn't for the fact that I have to teach a guitar class, I really would just be messing around on the guitar the whole time. But I'm really a bass player.
Okay, you heard it here, folks. He's really a bass player. Tell us your favorite bass artist.
Oh, Pino Palladino. It's probably between Pino Palladino and Marcus Miller.
Okay. And what type of bass are you playing, or what type of bass guitar, electric bass? When you play, what do you prefer, or what are you playing?
Well, if you see behind me, you can probably see in the shot that I've got a classic Fender Jazz. When I play live, I always play my Sadowski 5-string. And for those, if you're a bass nerd, I have a Sadowski MV5 that was made in Tokyo, not made by Roger in New York.
Okay.
And yes, my Fender is an American jazz bass. Just to let you know.
All right.
It was made in California, actually not too far from you guys are. But then the other times I play an upright, which I know in the shot you can't see, but I've got my upright sitting over to my left.
Okay. Thank you very much. If you guys could hit the like button. I know this is a test, but you guys have been very, no pun intended, very instrumental in this test.
I will say there's a little bit on my end. I hear a little bit of distortion. And I think if you go back to the source in OBS, the main source, I want to say it says mic auxiliary, and turn it down just a little bit, not too much, but there is a little bit of clipping. Yeah, just a little bit. That should be.
Is that working?
Turn it down a hair more, and I think that should be fine. But every now and then, yours clips, but only a little bit. No, that's too far. That's too far. There, leave it right there.
Okay.
That looks good.
All right,
Remember, like when I teach my students, I always teach them you want to stay under -6. That always seems to be kind of the sweet spot.
Under -6.
Yeah.
Was I'm at -5.3 dB.
That's where you have the level right now. And you notice that whenever we're speaking, that it does tend to go into the red from time to time.
Okay.
So just be careful that it doesn't go too far in the red. Obviously, if it goes all the way up the meter, that's when you get the clipping or you get distortion. So if it's just in the red, that should be okay. I personally like most of my stuff to kind of be in the yellow. That way you know you've got a little bit of headroom and you're safe. But that's my opinion.
Wait, I got something for you. Battery Addiction, shout out to you. He says, Lowell, every time I say no, I hear echo. No echo, I hear echo. Is it just me, or I caught on to something, or is okay? Maybe it's people with March birthdays. I don't know. Yeah, but shout out to everybody in the chat, because I am trying to get this ready for a show, an upcoming event, and I appreciate you guys for participating, as well as Mr. T from T-Town and the Fender twins. There's one there.
Twin? Where's my Fender twin?
I see one right here, and what's that one across the way?
Okay, so
that's not Fender.
Well, I see you're no. I see what you're saying now. So
I see the Fender Necks. Fender Neck twins.
Yep. So I've got the Fender Jazz Bass on my right, and then on my left, this is actually what we would call a parts caster, meaning it's made up of different parts to make a Fender Stratocaster. In this case, it's a Squier neck, which is a Fender product. It's
you're getting fancy in English now. Squier neck.
I can't speak English. Okay. And I have a body from another Fender Strat that was made in Mexico, and then I've got pickups from a 1950s Strat. So yeah, it's a parts caster.
Parts, P-A-R-T, caster.
Correct, parts caster.
Okay.
Yes. Meaning it took 3 other guitars to make it, so it took the parts of 3 other guitars to make it one guitar.
Speaking of parts and casters, do you have a tune you want to play for us on one of those, or you're like no? A tune for the close. Last call. Last call goes to. Is it the
Last call.
Parts caster, or the vendor, or flip a coin?
I don't think anybody will appreciate the bass. I'll be honest with you. Maybe they will. I don't know.
What about MASH?
Oh, you want the theme song for MASH? You want the song "Suicide is Painless"? That's what you put your
don't, don't. Will they recognize it? Why don't you do Spanish Malagueña or
You want me to do Malagueña? Oh my lord, woman.
Malagueña, or do what could we do?
All right, y'all gonna hear a pop, you know. You're not even do Malagueña. Oh dang. On electric too?
Well, how about we do some some sots tunes? How about we do how about yeah. He said that used to be one of his favorite shows. Shout out to Chrysler Imperial. I'll do that one again. Zorro fought for the people.
I'm not Paul Schaefer from the old David Letterman band. You just can't name tunes and.
Oh, but wait, okay. Okay, here's a memory lane. How about we do Gladiator? Gladiator. Okay, how about something from Gladiator? Anything. Da 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 da. You were going to town on that one back in the day. anything.
How about some Ventures?
Bonanza. That was good. Seriously, I must, I was starting. I'm thinking. I mean, that sounds like Wipeout. Da 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 da. Some stand music. Only on Black Spring will we go down the stand music from TSU.
Sorry.
2001, ladies and gentlemen. Or Lee Greenwood. How about we do?
No, Lee Greenwood.
Lee Greenwood. I remember that. I remember that show.
Remember that gig with Lee?
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Yep. But he did, at least I recognized, his voice forever and ever and a day. I knew from, never forget that one. I don't even know what was that for, like an alumni day? Was something like that.
It was a patriotic thing.
Okay.
Veterans Day.
Yes,
so we did that gig with him on the field, and then he did a concert afterwards.
Right, and did you stick around did he have you guys play afterwards? I didn't stick around.
We were the band afterwards. Yep, that was tough. That was a long day, and that was a tough gig.
Fun. I remember Shane playing a whole bunch of stuff back then, or writing a whole lot of charts back then.
Still does, man. Still does.
See, rocket. Yeah, it was crazy back then. Everybody was. I don't know. I was feeling really cliquish, or that was really a cliquish time, and I just wasn't. It wasn't really. I don't know. I was going the safe way. I didn't join any of those sororities or any of that stuff. Was it Tau Beta Sigma? Were you in that? You weren't in that. You were. That was the
Yeah, I
girls.
was. Yes, I wasn't in a sorority. I didn't do the sorority thing.
But what was the
No,
guys?
I did play a lot of sorority parties, so I made some money off some drunk women. But I did not.
Whoa! You're starting to sound like what's her name? No. Yeah, no thanks from the frat houses. From the frat house, live from the frat house. I
Hey,
remember.
they whatever they requested, I played because they paid me, and that paid for college, man.
You did it. You did. Now, which one is that? The True Fender?
Yeah, this is the Fender. And back then we still got requests for this.
Yeah. Hi, Diane Soul. Shout out to you. Yeah, keep going for that. I remember Brick House. Wait a minute. Wait,
Yeah,
Pep Band. But you played for Pep Band too, right?
there was not an ensemble that I did not play in. I did not sing in any of the choirs, but I did play in the gospel choir.
Uh-huh.
Anytime they needed, if any of the choirs needed some kind of accompaniment, I often played for that. Yeah, so there was never anything I didn't play for.
Okay.
Yep. So they got their money. They got their money out of me.
Good.
Which may seem like a lot at the time, but where else are you gonna get experience at?
That's true. I'm gonna put somebody's link in the stream. Shout out to Chrysler Imperial. Appreciate you guys on this sound test. It was all fun and good, and you guys survived. So I guess you're making me want to try it over on D Live. D Live. Over on D Live. I've got a mad audio person working here, and what else? How about a little bit of da 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 da, a little John Mellencamp. I saw you for anything John Mellencamp, John Cougar Mellencamp.
Do you remember that Van? Do you remember the Van Morrison cover that he did?
Hold on a minute.
Back in the day?
Maybe not right off. This is Chrysler Imperial, ladies and gentlemen. Check him out. We have a brand new person, Diane Soul. Thank you so much for coming in, Diane Soul. This is Mr. T up top on that Fender, that fancy Fender. On that fancy Fender guitar.
Yes.
So check him out. I'll have him back for an official concert one of these days when I grow up.
Let's see.
Shout out Battery Addiction, Brit's Gaming Channel. It almost sounds like you're playing Black Velvet. Who was that by? Black Velvet and that little boy smile. You know the drill.
You remember that one? That John Cougar covered that one. It's a Van Morrison tune called Wild Night.
Mm-hmm.
That's not before your time now, I don't think. As you brush your shoes.
Oh my God, yes, that one. Yeah, I don't know. Grab your coat and tie. Right? That's about. I'm not a singer, ladies and gentlemen, so don't take too much in. Don't hold your breath underwater. From the Philippines, Salamat po, Diana Soul. Filipino.
As you're walking out on the street, and the wind, it kisses your feet and sends you flying. I can't sing the part.
I can't do it in the right key. You're in the wrong key. Wild night. It's called the wild night. It's called.
Wild night is calling. Yeah, that's a fun tune. I haven't played that in years.
That is. Come on out and dance. Come on out and dance. What was it? Michelle something cello, Mufuncello.
Michelle Danicello. She's the bass player. Yep.
She was good. She was good in that song. I almost like it was kind of funky and jazzy at the same time. Who else has done that? A lot of people have redone that, right? Remade it.
Yeah.
As you brush your shoes. You know, it was on Thelma and Louise. I would be remiss. Whoever, I don't know who was singing it on that one.
You would remember what movie it was from, wouldn't you?
Yeah. That was Susan Sarandon. Susan Sarandon was on that one. Susan Sarandon was on it.
Geena Davis, right? Was it Geena Davis?
Geena Davis. I don't remember what that other guy was.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, Brad Pitt. And I don't remember the other guy, but there were a lot of people from the 90s, and man, those were the days. Even the B-list people back then to me were solid. I mean, did you call them B-list back then? The co-stars, you know. Was but that's a Sundance Festival winner, the Thelma and Louise.
Yeah. I'm just glad they didn't make a sequel.
How can you come back from that? How can you come back from that canyon, Thomas? You got some splaining to do.
I don't know. They made 700 Dirty Dancing movies, so I mean, I guess they can figure something out. I mean, and you make a movie called Final Destination. Final Destination 2, 3, 4, 87.
Wait a minute. Now you're making me think about that. Now you're making me think about, what did you call it? The fake book that I had. I had the fake book inside of my Dropbox. Had a lot of good tunes. Was it Autumn Leaves in there and all kinds of things? I had some good tunes in there. Some jazz stuff in there. What was it? Fables. I never had Fables for Faubus or.
Oh yeah, Fables and Faubles. Yeah.
Yeah, Fable. Yeah, and then the other was that I really wanted to learn how to play. Was it Miles Davis? Something
So What?
So what? Da da.
Yeah, So What? Yeah.
Da do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Yeah, you wanted to go. You wanted to go.
But mine didn't sound nearly as good on the flute. That's not written for the flute, without a doubt. I don't think you can dress it up. You can't dress that one up. You can't fix it up. Not for the flute, you can't. But I really love, Miles Davis's style. I can't complain. I wanted to do that for a brunch, but that wasn't going to happen. Not like that.
I'm sure that a flautist has played So What before.
Well, probably, but I think I need some work on my improv and all that to make it decent. Yeah, this is kind of turning out to be like a halfway jam session, except for I'm not participating in the actual jam part. I'm just narrating. Just narrating, and but yeah. So I think you guys are still good on the chat and everything. I got 3 hearts from Cooking Inamo. Shout out to you, Cooking Inamo. Shout out to Diane Soul. Salamat po from from the Philippines. And Chrysler Imperial H, Battery Addiction, Cheryl Vlog, DJ Vision Barnett, Old School Wolf, if you're still around, Brett's Gaming.
Which I will say, you need to give a thanks to Old School Wolf, because he did solve the problem. He's the one that said in the previous stream that.
Yes, Old School. Where would I be right now? Thank you for your technology tutelage. It's golden, okay? I appreciate it. And yeah, I appreciate that, Old School Wolf. He's a guest on here. He's a regular. Never take him for granted.
All right. Well, I do need to sign off because.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. I'll be back again. Thanks so much for tuning in to this segment of Black Spring Live Test 2. Thank you for your patience and your participation. Have a great Sunday. Bye. Thanks, Tom.
All right. Talk to you later.
Thank you for that.